What's up? All right, getting ready to pull off real quick and talk to you guys. Bear with me. I have an interesting topic I want to share with you guys today. But before I get into that, my life is so interesting, man. My luck. That's what I like to call it. My luck is so interesting, man. Just had a little hiccup moments ago, but I'm trying to get over it. I'm trying my best to get over it. So you guys, I be going through this stuff too, man. That's why I gotta exercise my thoughts out loud, pull out the video cam, and just express. Express all my feelings and emotions. I've waited a very long time to take care of something that I've taken care of today. And when the day finally came, my luck, it was just interesting. That's the best way I can put it without cursing myself. Because that was not what I was expecting. But yet it happened. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. And I'm finally getting ready to fucking win. And of course, life was just like, come on, it's you we're talking about here. Really? You think I'm gonna make it easier on you, the king? Come on now. Like you gotta go. You ain't average. You ain't the average person. You gotta go through some shit. Come on now. I can't make it that fucking easy for you. My God. All I be wanting, man, it's just a fucking break, man. But I guess things could be worse. I guess things could be a whole lot worse. And it can. So, that's the only little thing that can always kind of get me back into a better feel. Anyhow, so what I wanted to talk to you guys today about was, what was the topic? I had a bunch of notes that I've written down this week. I want to talk to you guys about taking time for granted. Yeah, okay. I'm sure this is a popular topic amongst all types of people that are always sharing words of wisdom. So, the way I kind of want to approach it is, I think there is an arrogance and an insensible sort of careless trait that people have when they do take time for granted. And so that arrogance and that insensible trait that people have, I think that needs to be understood with those words specifically. And maybe we that are taking time for granted may find ourselves being more sensitively aware of, you know, how serious it is to just reverse these things and not take time for granted. And so I think that we may find ourselves, well, and all these thoughts is going in my mind. We can find ourselves in a lot of reasons why we take time for granted, and I think that sometimes it may be out of our control. A lot of times with depression or working too much or certain things having to come first. And so, I guess I get that to an extent. And so, but yeah, I think that fighting to get rid of those things, to get back into a place to where you can accomplish very important things, where you are not just wasting time or putting aside time as if you have a crystal ball and know the future. And so, because we do not know the future and don't have the power to really accomplish a lot of the things that we really want to in the first place, that we should be taking these things a lot more serious in a sensitive way. And so, yeah, so I'm saying all this to say that, like, find a way to get yourself to a point to where you are able to, take certain things seriously, and realize that, if you have to remind yourself, we don't know what lies next for the next day. And that's a basic philosophy that most people know. But just remember that, because it is about remembering philosophies too. You can hear a philosophy. You may need to write it down. You may need to hear it every day. You may need to hear it when it's needed. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, you may need to hear it again. And so, but okay, on top of just hearing it again, ask yourself, do I really know what lies ahead besides time? Okay? For example, like, Lord forbid, or I know, not to speak too spiritual or religious, but just like, things happen, things happen to people, or things, just changes. There's blessings that can happen in your life where, your time changes. And so it's a blessing. It can be a blessing, seen as a blessing, but it also, changes a lot of things. And now you're not in a position to handle things that you wanted to accomplish. And so, yeah, these are just things to just think about, because let's see if I can get some light in here. These are things to think about because, if you are on the pursuit to accomplish great things in your life, or just accomplish good things, taking that time for granted is just, like I said, not just the time, but there are things that we are not aware of that come into play, and it will, it'll set you out of sync. And so here's something that I was discussing with someone this week, and we had a conversation about how desperate or not people are for what it is that that they're really trying to accomplish. And so this question was raised in our conversation about, how desperate are you really to accomplish certain important things in your life? And so maybe you might want to ask yourself this question. Maybe you might want to send this video to someone that should be listening to something like this. Yeah. Because, like I said, there's other ways to question yourself, or to remind yourself, or to motivate yourself in figuring out a way to eliminate these different ways of lagging and not accomplishing what it is that we should be, or that we actually want to, not just should be, but it's something that you actually want to accomplish. Things that you dream, you're dreaming of or fighting for really hard. And so something that I realized for myself when I was in this conversation, when I was having this conversation, was that for me, I needed to figure out the domino pieces of like why things, where does the first piece fall on the rest of the things that that allows me to basically have everything fall over and tumble in my whole pursuit of trying to accomplish things that are very important to me. And I find myself in some type of depression or stressful weeks, even worse sometimes, like months are just really bad, man. My gosh, like that's just too much for your health, being stuck in a depressional state for months. Oh my gosh. So finding out why you are that way, and what can feed you to be energized and happy and healthy again. So that way, that first piece to the domino effect won't, crash over everything else. And you know how to set it up next time, and so, yeah, I guess, that's something I wanted to share with you guys, because a lot of things have happened before the pandemic. A lot of things have happened throughout this, as it's still going. And I'm sure coming out of this, people are still struggling. But when things get a whole lot better, hopefully we are preparing ourselves for the ones that want to prepare themselves. We are finding ourselves ready for, I don't want to sound too cliche, best version of ourselves, but something more like, let's reword it in a way to where we can, feel a little bit more powerful. Hold on real quick. Got this little copper over here. Make these cars go by. Yeah, so instead of saying best version of ourselves, why don't we say something like I just like to say win. Like just win. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, damn, can I just fucking win? So just being a fucking winner, just like, winning at all costs, winning at the things that you want to accomplish in life, and so just find a way to win at all costs. And when you find yourself striving for things that, as far as winning at all costs, I think that's sort of a mirror to the whole am I desperate enough, for what it is that I want to win in. And so, you can be the best version of yourself, and sometimes you do gotta reword things, you know what I'm saying? You can feel it. You want to feel the message, stronger, and so, just try to find a way to continue to win. You win and then, you know, you continue to win again. And so, you know, when I just left the store, I just told myself, you know what, man, it didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. I did my part. I know I did my part. I know I've been fighting for this, and I finally did it. Why did this come crashing down? And I just told myself, like, hey, listen, this has to work. And I'm not about to push it any harder. I pushed hard enough, man. And I was just like, you know what? This is probably going to work out. Let me not overthink it, because I know I did my part. And so, you know, keep that in mind too when you do things in life. And, you know, because for me, it was just like, okay, I'm pushing for my win. I'm pushing for my detox and trying to stay away from depression as much as I can. Why is the odds of life firing back at me like this? And so sometimes it's not all about swinging back. It's about just dodging, just bobbing and weaving. Just like, you know what? I ain't got to waste my energy all the time and swing back. I can wear you out. Fuck that shit. You trying to wear me the fuck out, I can wear your ass out. Now, fucking nature of life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Like, and I found some peace with that. I said, you know what? Yeah, man, like, fuck. I did my fucking part, man. A couple days ago, I was stressed out, man. I was doing something magical, man, for myself, man. Doing something real magical. And it was right after I had the conversation with a mentor of mine. And we're having this great conversation, and I was charged the fuck up. You couldn't tell me fucking nothing after that conversation. I was just like, dude, I'm about to fucking fly out of my fucking body. I'm fucking charged. I'm like, it's time to fucking win, nigga. I'm like, it's really time to fucking win. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is what I fucking needed. And I was ready to do all type of shit for myself. I went shopping, fucking buying fucking everything I've been putting on aside. And finally said, you know what? I know what I've been fucking wanting. I'm about to go fucking do this shit. So I'm fucking shopping, having a good ass fucking time. And I get, well, when did I notice? It was a disappointment that happened. The letdown happened, I want to say, about an hour before, maybe like an hour and a half or 2 hours before the stores that I went to were getting ready to close. And also me, you know, up all day shopping, you know, and just tired. And so I'm like, okay, it's like 8:30. I could go back to these stores. Okay, so I found out that like I had the wrong sizes. Okay. I just didn't notice, like, so I was buying all these pair of pants, and I was buying this the slim fit. The slim fit cut is like the jeans that I like to buy. For the most part. There's other types of pants that I can, you know, that I choose to buy that aren't like, they don't need to be tailored that way. But for these particular pants that I was going for, I wanted the slim cut. And so, and somehow I just, I don't know how, a few pants that I picked up were not slim cut. And I don't know why that got to me, man. And I think it's because I drove out a lot of far places just to get certain items that I knew that weren't in the area. And I was just like, man, are you kidding me? I got to go back out to these areas just to exchange. And I'm just like, oh gosh. I was just like, man, I just want to win. That's what I told myself. I just like, I deserve to win, man. And so, you know, find a way to just, I don't know, whatever it is that makes you laugh or whatever it is that makes you calm down. These things help too. And so, you know, just try to stay positive. Listen to, I'm going to try to tag some some of these meditation type music. These things are excellent. Falling asleep too. Some people may not like to fall asleep to certain sounds of I don't know. Some people just don't like listen to music all like that when they go to sleep. But if you're not that person, then I think this is something that can help you. And it don't even have to be when you're falling asleep. I've listened to meditation music that throughout the day. You get yourself a Bluetooth. Put it in your ear if you're working, if you can get away with it, or just wherever, around people, drive, whatever, wherever you are. Like, Bluetooth works, and you can have that work out for yourself, and get your meditation on. And so yeah, man, just trying to keep you guys motivated, positive, feeling good about yourself, and yeah, and just continue to do great for yourself, and yeah, try not to take too many things for granted, whether it's time or whomever. I've learned that too. I think it was 2020. I remember telling myself my New Year's resolution was going to be not taking things for granted. Now, it wasn't particularly time, but there were opportunities and people that I was just like, I was so busy, and I found myself like just taking for granted that like I could get back around to certain people and certain opportunities. And man, when I lost some really great people and opportunities, oh, it was not a good feeling. And so in 2020, the new year was approaching. That was my New Year's resolution. And, but 2020 turned out to be what it was, right? And I lost track of that. And there wasn't much going on anyhow for me to practice it. And it's crazy because this year, as things have been like, coming back into order, I found myself struggling with that again. And so now I not only got to pick back up with that, but I think I actually have to make that again for 2022, my New Year's resolution. And hopefully it doesn't have to be a big one. Hopefully I can grab it now and just coast out of it. It would really be nice to grab it now. And yeah, but anyhow, I want to talk to you guys too long. Yeah, try not to take too much things for granted. Value what you really desire in life, and be desperate enough for it to make time for it, and to figure out a way to accomplish these things. And yeah, stay away from toxic people. Like, subscribe to my channel if you like. And also, yeah, if you know people that definitely could benefit from these videos. There's so many people that can. There's so many motivational influencers or speakers out there, or just people that are always just, talking that good talk, trying to keep people's energies, amazing and vibrant. And yeah, add me to the circle. All right, so until next time, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. TikTok, Instagram, I'm on there. Check me out, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, King Renaissance.